Yo, what's up guys, boy Bryson K. Today me watching Connor get caught in the act. You guys can see the title. Let's get right into it.
I wanted this back.
But please do not.
We're just laughing about it. Just
You about your shit?
Hey.
Yeah, I understand. Go ahead.
white bitch and I got this. It's that black market I'm shopping. As kings, we bustin'. Well, I'm the first queens, no option. I heard they hate and I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
No, hold on. This is honey cocaine.
No,
You already gotta hurt that shit. Hold on.
What the fuck is honey cocaine?
I'll play the song right now. She just asked who honey cocaine is. I will play the song right now. Hold on. No.
Yo.
Where did you find the boot?
It's right here.
Truck drivers and
She gotta
motorists
go
and
home
passenger
after that
cars and vans get booted.
What tire did he boot?
It was the left rear.
Tires and wheels immobilized by this man, James Chard,
Oh, shit.
an alleged thief running MC Parking, who preys on vehicles parked in strip malls and other lots with no official contract or permission
That
to
nigga's
boot them.
head.
You're in the store for about 20 minutes.
Yes.
Next thing you know, your car's got a big yellow boot on it.
Yes.
Latoya Forrester, a stroke victim, got booted in Joliet while parked in a strip mall spot reserved for drivers with disabilities.
You're the victim of a scam.
Yes. Yes.
Victims say Chard demands cash on the spot.
James, I'm Dave Savini from Channel 2. There are allegations that you've been booting people all across the Chicago area. You did this to a woman with a disability.
Golly.
What kind of person does that to anyone, let alone
head.
someone who's got a disability?
Obviously, a
Cut
person
that
that
shit
has no
off.
conscience.
They claim that you're preying on people. What do you have to say about this?
Put that hammer out of my face.
He charged truckers even bigger fines.
How much did he want to get that boot off?
$1,000.
Shamari Stewart says Chard is a con man who needs to be imprisoned, claiming Chard hung signs up after Stewart parked and walked away from his rig.
And if I didn't give it to him, he was gonna tow it, and it was gonna be $2,000. $1,000 for the tow and $1,000 for the boot.
This is wrong.
Lansing police agreed, and
This
during
is
our
wrong.
CBS 2 investigation, they arrested Chard
It
on
is
multiple
wrong.
felonies.
Damn,
Said
my
he hung
nigga, he
signs
got
in
two
lots he
moles
had
on
no
the
right
side
to.
of his nose like
Police
this.
confiscated his signs, receipts, and booting devices.
Damn.
So we're going to start right over here. Is that right?
Yes. Okay. 21.2 pounds.
That's the brick right there.
Right.
Okay. And why the glass?
I'm going to break that concrete slab with that glass without breaking the glass.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Whoa.
That's incredible. Wait, no, and to be honest, I actually felt these bricks. These are real bricks. I mean, there's no joke. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow. Check it out, baby. Done.
Yo. Bro.
Okay.
These
okay.
niggas. Bro, guy fakes heart attack in courtroom.
Did she inform you that she had family in another part of Ohio?
She did not provide me with that information, no.
She never provided with you. Excuse me, hold on a second. Your Honor, excuse me for a second. I need some time.
That big Steve Harvey suit.
We're going to take a break. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please step out. The record should reflect that the defendant is crouching over to the side and sleeping. Breath appears to be
Bro, this
normal.
nigga right here.
Doesn't
bro.
appear to be
This nigga
labored
right
in any
here.
way. Is that a fair assessment, sir?
Yes,
It's not
ma'am.
labored in any manner.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does he appear to be doing anything to you other than sitting in that chair?
No, Your Honor.
My nigga said. Did he just open his eyes and look at him?
Oh, a remarkable change. Thank you. Anything,
My nigga's a good actor.
Mr. Thompson?
It's a hell of a drug.
Mr. Wilkins, do you have any questions for this witness, sir?
Shoot.
Mr. Wilkins, as I advised you yesterday, sir, your disruptive behavior was challenging your ability to continue to represent yourself. You've been checked out by trained deputies who are medics. You've been checked out by a registered nurse as well as an emergency medical technician. all of whom indicate that there is nothing physically wrong with you, nor any reason why you couldn't continue here, sir. As I told you, sir, your constitutional right to represent yourself is not a license to abuse the dignity of the courtroom. Neither is it a license not to comply with the rules of procedure, the substantive rules, and it sounds like you're doing exactly what the witness indicated, Mr. Prigmore indicated you said you would do, which was to make some effort to cause a mistrial. But as I advised you, sir, and as the case law is very clear about, your behavior will not cause a mistrial. It certainly may have an effect on the jury.
This nigga is still slumped over.
If you've ever lost something at an airport, you probably wondered where that digital camera or iPod really ended up. Well, tonight, we've got a sting operation that could bring you some answers. Sometimes your favorite shiny toys can end up in the homes of people who screen your baggage, the TSA officers at the security gate.
This $600 iPad belonging to ABC News was left behind on purpose and then disappeared. ABC News tape shows it was last seen at the airport in the hands of this TSA officer, Andy Ramirez. And then, several hours later, we were able to track our iPad using its Find Me app as it moved away from the airport, step by step, until it stopped at an address 30 miles away in Claremont, Florida, the home of the same TSA officer last seen with our iPad. 2 weeks later, we showed up to get it back from TSA officer Ramirez.
Brian Ross from ABC News. I don't know if you can give me a hand here. We're looking for a missing iPad.
Missing iPad?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the tracking device shows that it's located right here at this address.
Okay.
Is it here?
No, sir.
But as you will see, that would turn out to be not true.
Did you take it?
No, sir.
You did not take it.
But shortly after we set off an audible alarm on the missing iPad, Ramirez produced it.
Sir. You found it. There it is.
Ramirez says it was his wife who had taken the iPad, not him.
Come on in, sir. No, I don't want to come inside. I want you to explain how this iPad left at a TSA screening station ended up in your house.
My wife's. I'm so embarrassed.
Your wife?
My wife said she got the iPad and brought it home.
You know, that can't be true because the last time we saw it, it was in your hands. Ramirez was fired by the TSA late yesterday. It says it has a zero-tolerance policy for stealing from passengers.
It is heartbreaking, a situation that thousands of parents find themselves in every year. Their child is missing. Grief-stricken parents will turn to just about anyone, even so-called psychic detectives. So Lisa Guerrero and the I-Squad put some prominent psychic detectives to the test. Are they selling false hope?
I would tell her that I love her and I miss her.
A tearful plea from the mother of a missing teen. John and Joanne Lowitzer have been searching for their 17-year-old daughter, Allie, since she vanished last year.
What do you think happened?
But when the case made national news, the Houston parents say they became inundated with calls from so-called psychic detectives. They say some even showed up at their front door, promising their psychic visions could help bring Allie home. Mark Klass, whose daughter Polly was abducted and killed more than 20 years ago, warns families to avoid psychics, saying they prey on the desperate.
They descend like vultures.
And send police on one wild goose chase after another. So we decided to see what would happen when we asked a psychic detective to help solve a missing persons case. Posing as the distraught brother of a missing child, we sent our producer, Charlie McElravy, to meet with Lori McQuarrie.
Hi, how are you? Very nice to meet you.
We showed her a photo of this missing girl, and she agreed to take the case for $400.
But I think it's solvable.
But what Lori didn't know was that the photo our producer gave her was actually a childhood photo of me. And obviously, I'm very much alive.
I don't believe she's alive. I'm sorry. I believe that it was a violent passing.
McQuarrie's sixth sense told her the girl was brutally murdered and sexually assaulted.
I think she was hit in the head with a rock.
But her visions didn't end there.
I think she can be brought home.
Pointing to a remote spot on this map, she even said she could help bring her body home.
Maybe even a mile or two from there.
The next day, McQuarrie sat down for an interview with me to talk about the work of psychic detectives.
I just had a gentleman in yesterday. 30 years ago, his sister disappeared.
She soon began talking about a recent case, but clearly her psychic abilities didn't tell her that I was the girl in the picture.
One of the first things I do in a case, Lisa,
I was the
is I
girl
always
in the
make sure
picture.
people know that if I feel the person is living or not.
So you'll always know
Yes.
when you talk to a family member, when you start a case, you'll know if this person is dead or
Yes.
alive.
And that's the point, is that
Every time.
Yes.
But apparently her psychic abilities didn't see this coming.
Lori, I'm going to show you something.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Does this girl look familiar to you?
Yes, she does. I worked this case.
This is a girl who you said was beaten and killed.
Okay.
This little girl is me. And you told somebody
Look
that
at her
she's
face.
dead.
Look at her face.
Wait a minute. You didn't disappear?
I'm right here.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it?
She is so
How do you
petty.
explain
She is so petty.
I
completely
can't
wrong?
explain it. I can't explain it.
You're charging them hundreds of dollars.
You know what, dear? I
Hundreds
think
of
we're done.
dollars. You're taking advantage of
Okay.
desperate people with a bunch of hocus pocus, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I think we'll go.
Yeah, you
Thank
are.
you. It's been an interesting experience.
Get the hell out of here. I'm not doing that. Bro, my shorty Lisa, Lisa is extremely petty. She's more petty than me. And golly. Shit. But alright, if you guys like that video, like, comment, subscribe for your boy. And I'm out.